travel, demand isn't something you stumble into. It's something you create. When a product appears in the right place and at the right time, everything changes. So, how can your business stand out? Welcome back to the HBX Group Podcast. Today, we're unpacking a major topic, marketing as a service. My name is Leanne, I'll be your host for this episode, and I'm joined by Léo Moulinas, one of the great minds behind the evolution of our HBX Group marketing suite. Léo, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start. When you look at the B2B travel landscape, where do you see hotels and partners struggling the most when it comes to marketing?
Well, I think that's a very sort of topical subject for the industry, but not just for travel. It's about grabbing share of attentions. So how do you do that for your products, your services, your brands in the best and most measurable way? I think that's the sort of challenge that all of us in marketing are facing. How do you do that? There are lots of techniques. It's as much of a science as it is an art. Requires lots of creativity, but also a lot of technique, I would say. So that's definitely something that sort of keeps on building. How do you generate leads? How do you generate interests? How do you generate demand for your company's products and services? That's the key question we're facing.
Those are some really good points. We often say that distribution gives you access, but marketing gives you impact. Before we get into what HBX Group does specifically, what does this look like across the industry at large?
The marketing, I suppose, on travel is very important because it's about, first and foremost, inspiring travelers. That's basically what it's all about. At the end, we're in the business of connecting travelers with destinations, with hotels, with all sorts of travel products so that they can basically have the best experience while they're traveling. So I would probably say that's ultimately all that matters. How do you sell the travel value proposition to those travelers? And there are lots of ways, obviously, I'm sure we're going to cover to do that. But that's ultimately about inspiring people and delivering experiences for people to remember and share.
Awesome. Let's dig into the data side for a moment. There's been a real shift in how travel organizations use insights to shape their commercial strategy. What does that look like from an industry perspective?
Well, I think that you need to be pretty astute, I would say, about how the demand constantly evolves. There are really great examples where, for example, if a world event impacts some destinations, you would very logically say that it's got some impact on the level of reservations for a particular destination or a particular type of property or a particular location. So I would say that you need to be really on top of that. Basically understand where the demand goes and how you can adapt your marketing programs to actually match that evolution. And that has to be done constantly.
I want to come to something that we at HBX Group spend a lot of time thinking about, which is how do travel agents actually choose the right hotels for their clients? What do we understand about that process across the industry?
Well, it depends on the channels that they are accessing to not only perform the booking, but also getting the inspiration to make recommendations or sound recommendations to their end clients, the travelers. So there are lots of ways they can do that. Obviously, on the booking engines themselves, it's all parametered to make sure that such and such properties can be followed up, for example, to be seen and exposed then down the line to the travelers. But there are other channels that we know are very much used now, not only for the booking agents, I would say, but for the travelers themselves. Social media, obviously, being a massive one that's very largely impacting how people feel about travel, their needs, and how, especially the younger generations are grabbing recommendations, I would say, from a whole bunch of influencers or social media accounts that will inspire them and basically prompt then the dialogue with the booking agents.
Absolutely. And with smarter search tools evolving all the time, AI, this importance is only increasing, isn't it?
Absolutely. And so that's where marketing is very important because to your point about the growing agentic AI sort of trend and how people use tools like ChatGPT, for example, or or Claude or some other agents, that's basically about being part of the conversation. And I think that there are lots of techniques or lots of ways now for a brand or product or service, ultimately a company, to actually be part of that conversation. Whether that's a hotel, for example, but also all of us that are intermediaries, I would say. It's about being relevant in not only in a B2B environment or being part of that B2B conversation, but also then down the line being part of the B2C conversations, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So let's get practical for our partners listening. How do we at HBX Group actually help hotels, destinations, and all of our partners to send the right signals and convert their visibility into bookings?
Well, there are really two ways you do that. The first one is still about inspiration and therefore brand management. And I think that we've got lots of tools, for example, at HBX, lots of marketing products that we are selling to our partners that will allow that brand, that particular product to basically be reinforced and top of mind. So when it comes down to brand management, it's about growing the brand, growing the impression, I suppose, that your products, your services are giving to people, to listeners or viewers, I would say, and reinforcing this through proper brand management programs and techniques is very, very essential. If your brand is not recognized or you're known, then you need to do something about that. Beyond the inspiration, then it's about the tactical conversion, I would say. And we are basically helping a lot of our partners with, I suppose, conversion optimization programs. How does that look like? For example, sponsored listing on our website. If we're selling a marketing campaign to a hotel, for example, to reinforce not only the brand and the recognition for the properties, then you need to make sure that when the inspiration has infused, the bookers, whether that's the end traveler directly or the travel booker, would basically be seeing that product on the interface that they're using to perform the booking. And that's where typically a marketing product like sponsored listings is absolutely key, because that's basically ranking you up the search results page. And we know, and we can demonstrate that drives higher conversion rates. So therefore, more bookings and more revenue for our partners.
Absolutely. Some great insights there and great demonstration of our product offering too. So last points before we wrap up, I'd love one closing recommendation from you. If one of our partners wants to improve their visibility and demand generation today, what is the single most effective place to start?
I would say it's about obviously talking to one of our account managers that will basically put together a customized plan or customized marketing plan to perform a data-driven campaign that will ensure brand recognition and then further down the conversion funnel, some conversions. So we at HBX are actually capable of customizing the approach hotel by hotel or partner by partner. And through the data that goes through our systems every second of every day, we can basically inform a very thorough marketing plan, corridor by corridor, destination by destination, or property by property, so that not only the product gets properly recognized, but then is in the right place at the right moment to ensure the booking is performed. And that is the art of marketing, in my opinion. It's about combining creativity with strong brand management programs, but also trade marketing techniques, which is about ensuring that the sales conversions goes through as effectively as possible. And again, back to my comment at the beginning around one-to-one marketing, or the comment that you made in your intro, this is exactly that. It's about positioning the product in the best light as possible, in the right place at the right moment, to ensure that that the conversion happens.
Absolutely. And very succinctly, again, the art of marketing. I like that very much. So, Leo, thank you very much for joining us today. And thanks also to those of you listening in. If you'd like to explore how HBX Group can help you increase visibility, capture demand, and grow your presence in key markets, be sure to register with us today. We hope to see you in the next episode.